aorta. First off is the coronary arteries, right, left and right coronary arteries. Ascending to the brachiocephalic right here. Brachiocephalic is going to split to the right common carotid and the subclavian down that side. Continuing on down the arch of the aorta, first up is the left common carotid. Left common carotid will split to the left external and internal carotids. Next up, subclavian. Subclavian is the last branch off the left side. Both of them are going to give off this vertebral artery. Vertebral artery from both sides is going to come together. When they join, they're going to be joined on the anterior surface of the pons. That becomes the basilar artery. The basilar artery and the internal carotid are going to eventually hook up through some communicating arteries to form the circle of Willis. Circle of Willis surrounds the pituitary gland, being hugely important. All right, coming down the arm, thoracocervical trunk. Should be posterior circumflex humeral, anterior circumflex humeral, don't worry about it. Axillary to the brachial, brachial to the radial and ulna, down into the superficial and deep palmar branches. That's what you need to know about the hands, or to this point, okay? All right, coming down in the thoracic cage, I gave you a pass on most everything outside of the superior phrenic. To the diaphragm. Below the diaphragm, inferior phrenic. To the diaphragm. Next up, the big one that's down the center of the aorta is going to be, let's see if I can find it here, the celiac plexus. Celiac plexus is going to have 3 branches. Do it any way you want, but I don't know. For me, I do common hepatic. Common hepatic is going to split to the cystic and hepatic proper. So common hepatic, splenic, and the left gastroepiloic.
Which one is that one?
I don't see the left gastric epiloic. Should be here somewhere. It's not here.
Is it 49?
I don't see it. The splenic is the other one that's kind of wacky. It gives you the splenic. Oh, it's the left gastroepiloic. I said that wrong earlier. Should be left gastric is the branch off the celiac. Gastroepiloic and to the pancreas, right? The artery to the body and tail of the pancreas. Next up, superior mesenteric. Superior mesenteric is going to be to the cecum, appendix, ascending colon, part of the transverse. So everything on your right side. Next up, inferior mesenteric. Inferior mesenteric is going to go to stuff on your left side, lower. So descending colon, sigmoid colon, rectum. Okay, that's all you got to know about that. Coming down, I gave you a pass on some of the others here, so don't worry about them. Here's the bifurcation to the left and right common iliac. Left and right common iliac, we're going, so it's only common from here to here. Once it splits, names change. Here, this is the internal, and internals, let's just go with internal iliac. Here's the external iliac. External iliac is the external iliac until it's not, and it's not once it passes the inguinal ligament. Once it crosses into that femoral triangle underneath the inguinal ligament, now it's the femoral nerve. Oh, sorry, artery. Femoral artery will just keep coming down. This is the deep femoral artery right here. Keep coming down. It's going to cross through those slips in the adductor magnus. Remember that? It's going to pass from the front to the back. The muscle it goes through is the adductor magnus. Okay. Once it's in the back, it becomes the popliteal artery for a very short distance, and then it's going to split into the anterior and posterior tibial. Right. So this guy's been bending him. The anterior tibial is this guy here. Anterior tibial is going to come down and form the dorsal pedal arteries in the foot. The split is going to go to the posterior tibial. Posterior tibial is going to eventually give you the plantar branch at the bottom. But the posterior tibial is going to split to the fibular artery. Okay? That's it for the arteries.